Hello everybody, my name is Star and I am recording this video for my Herbalism class that's held at the Campus Center for Appropriate Technology, or CCAT, and I wanted to make it publicly viewable as well. We're going to strain a tincture today, but before we dive into that, I just wanted to share some of the projects I've been working on while I've been home quarantining during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we'll start off in my closet, where I have a homemade drying rack. I dry herbs on this, and I made it using unused goods found in my kitchen. So I'll show you what we got. Up top here is some nettles. This was pretty full a few days ago, but now they are drying. Nettles are in season right now. This is some curry plant. Smells so good. In here, more nettles and some plantain. And more nettles in the bottom. I have a fan blowing on it at all times to keep air circulation going. And now we're in my kitchen. I just wanted to show you my kombucha. There we go. I have kombucha brewing right now in these bottles. They are beet juice and ginger and reishi powder flavored. And then I have tons of scobies going. If any of you local people want to start your own kombucha, I can definitely share the wealth. So before we get into straining the tinctures, I just wanted to share a couple other projects I've been working on. Yesterday I was able to make some hand sanitizer. This is my personal bottle that I'm keeping in my purse. Very nondescript bottle. And so I made this just using stuff that I found in my household's bathroom shelves. So I have this witch hazel facial toner that I bought a while ago that I don't use very often. It has aloe in it and a couple essential oils. So I utilized this. I added some hydrogen peroxide and essential oils and cut it with a little bit of water. And you can look online for more specific recipes if you desire. Some essential oils I like that I happen to have that are antimicrobial include rosemary, peppermint, lavender, clove, and tea tree. So the essential oils aren't necessary, but they add a pleasant scent and work well as antimicrobials on their own. But if you have the witch hazel and the hydrogen peroxide or isopropyl alcohol, that'll do the trick. I've also made a sanitizing spray that I'm spraying stuff that I bring home from the grocery store and such with in our tables, and that's just hydrogen peroxide and water and essential oils. So the tincture that I'm going to be straining today is called Pedicularis, and I have it labeled right here. I started this last year. I harvested it in the Kings Range, which is here on the Lost Coast, and I started this tincture in April of 2019. And I had a friend hit me up this morning asking for it due to a back injury, and I was like, great, I'll strain this, and I'm glad I'll be able to share it with you guys online, especially since this flower is in bloom right now. So you can look here again at how that's spelled. It's Pedicularis densiflora. I'll write it in the video notes as well. It grows around this region. There's also different species that grow in the East Coast, and it's a great ally Pedicularis is noted in a book I have called Healing in the Woods Around Us, and it's listed in that book to help with depression. It is a muscle relaxant. So tinctures can help people who are experiencing acute pain or chronic pain find some relaxation. The flowers are also smokable. Very beautiful plant. Look up some pictures of it. I also just wanted to share another tincture I have going. I'm not going to strain it right now, but maybe that'll be for another video. This is a turkey tail tincture, or Trametes versicolor. I blended the mushrooms in a blender with the alcohol to get them all chopped up very finely. And you can find Trametes versicolor all over our continent as well as other continents in the world. Very potent immunity boosting medicine. There's research about how it has shown to absolve breast tumors associated with breast cancer. Very powerful. Something you can find in the woods right here. So, straining a tincture is very simple. I have a clean jar and a fine mesh strainer. This is my favorite tool as an at-home herbalist. Other things that you could use include like reusable cheesecloth-ish filter, fabric filters type things. I won't be utilizing these today. This is like a reusable tea bag. This is what I use to filter coffee, but you could also use it in this case. But I'm just going to use the strainer today because it's a fine enough mesh to accomplish what I'm trying to do today. So I have my setup. Make sure you can see it all right. There we go. I have this propped up here just to keep my strainer level. So the liquid that this is infusing in, I didn't write it down on my label, but I'm pretty sure it's a vodka. You want to use any type of alcohol that's at least 80 proof. And so this was a clear liquid, and it turned almost black and has very enchanting, pungent smell. I'll be able to show you what the flowers look like in a minute. So let's strain. The liquid is a brown charcoal black. The flowers themselves are purplish. Very vibrant. So they're not their original color anymore, but this is what the flower looked like, or what it looks like now. It has tons of petals all over it. So from here, I'm going to slowly add the flowers to my strainer and use a wooden spoon to press out as much of the liquid as possible, and then I will compost the flowers after pressing. You can also build a tincture press. I've never done this before, but it's essentially 2 blocks of wood and some C-clamps, and that way you can put all of these flowers into a big cheesecloth bag or something and put it in between the 2 blocks of wood, clamp down the clamps, and that's going to push out as much liquid as possible that's trapped in this organic material. But I'm not building a press right now. I'm just going to use some simple methods. All right, so I have strained out my flowers and composted. And this is the tincture liquid. This is what you will take, dropperfuls. I made this pretty strong. I would have to experiment a little bit, taking a dropper at a time. A tincture that I made a couple years ago of Pedicularis I found was not quite strong enough to get the sedative effects that it offers. You had to take about a shot glass worth of the tincture, so I'm hoping with this you'll need like 3 to 5 dropperfuls in a glass of water. But what I would also like to do today is add some honey to this tincture, and it's just going to make it a little more palatable. Honey is full of great nutrients as well. So I'm just going to pour this honey directly into my freshly strained tincture. Lots of medicine making can be really messy, especially when you're working with stuff like oils and honey. And I always thought that it was just me, like I'm really messy, maybe I'm not that good at this, blah, blah, blah. But I recently found a book by James Green where he outlines basic herbal medicine making techniques, and he admits that it's just going to be messy no matter what. So that made me feel a lot better. I don't think I'm going to add all of this. You're adding honey pretty much to taste. And I'll give this a stir. And then also when I put the lid back on, do a lot of inversions to make sure that the honey and the liquid are all mixed together very well. I would like to say, please do your own research on Pedicularis densiflora if it's something that you're interested in trying. Get a good identification book or learn from someone who is familiar with the plant. And everything that I've said is not approved by the Food and Drug Administration of the United States of America. I'm not a doctor, but we have tools to take care of ourselves. And I hope you can feel empowered to be doing that during this time. So thank you for joining, and I miss you, my students, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more videos soon. Thank you.